everybody. Welcome back. This is the NubianBadd, guys.
It's your boy J-Writes.
And we're coming back to you with episode 2 of BlackVomit.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Thank y'all for returning. What it do, baby? It's not your Iceman Paul Wall, but I'm his long lost brother somewhere in Missouri. And we coming back with BlackVomit, the one and only, to bring y'all the Afrocentric perspective that we will be regurgitating to you the only way we know how.
Mm-hmm. And today's topic is Black Panther. Whether or not he should be recast, whether or not it's appropriate that he should be recast, and any other spin-offs such as who we would like to recast if we were to make the next Black Panther.
Yeah. This has been one of them topics that has been quite a debate since the untimely passing of the one and only Chadwick Boseman, R.I.P. to the GOAT. A lot of people, I mean, like I said, even when it's not even about the casting, it's always brought up in the comment section about whether he should or shouldn't. Stands on the idea of possibly recasting Black Panther.
So I think we should touch on first whether or not it's appropriate, because I've heard a lot of stuff about that. Now, personally on my side, as a fan of Black Panther and as a fan of Chadwick Boseman in general, because of his roles and his work in the industry, I feel like it should be allowed some time to rest, but also we should come to terms with the fact that eventually the franchise will need to move on. And so just like, with any other franchise with superheroes that were famous in the past, bringing up things like Superman, when, their personal actors had unfortunate, events happen to them. Superman was like, the actor who played him was paralyzed and stuff. I mean, we've had how many Superman since then? Batman, whatever type of character that you're in love with.
True. They got 90.
The Crow, that was very sad. What happened to Bruce Lee? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. There's a second Crow, and he died in the first one. So who else played him in the second one? I'm pretty sure it was trash, because But anyway, whether or not it worked, whether or not it would be trash or not, if they recast it, life eventually has to move on, and we should allow it some respect and some rest. But we should also think about making a recast. So, what are your thoughts?
I mean, you make a lot of sense when you're talking about recasting, because you're right. Christopher Reeve is not the only Spider-Man. Batman. Damn. Superman. I'ma get it. I promise you. Superman. He's not the only one. Same thing with Spider-Man, even though I brought him up. Mm-hmm. He's been recasted multiple times. Batman, I mean, it's starting to become a fraternity at this point, how many Batmans we have. So that, but in the same breath, we don't have multiple Black Panthers like that. The three I just named, they're iconic, to the point where it's like we need multiple variations of them because there's so many different stories that can be told. It's like with Black Panther, it's almost as if that role was made for Chadwick. I mean, I ain't never seen no other movie Black Panther wise until he was casted. Especially, back in the day, they was quick to typecast a Black person and be like, hey, we gonna make you a superhero, come on. And they didn't do that. But when they see my boy Chadwick, aka James Brown, aka W.E. Du Bois, aka Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall, everybody. I mean, the boy was everybody. When they see my boy, they was like, that's Black Panther. And then he knocked that mug out the park, dog. Like
he did every role.
Exactly. So it was just like, y'all wouldn't have been considering recasting if he didn't pass away. So I just don't feel like y'all need to be Hollywood in this situation. And like, it would have made me feel a little bit comfortable more with the situation if there was some type of send-off, like, listen, I'm not going to be able to be Black Panther anymore, but I want y'all to give the same energy y'all gave me to the person that's gonna replace me. And then I wouldn't be like, well, he giving his blessing.
You know, they say that he kind of did tell us subliminally. There's an interview he did when someone asked him, is he going to be in Black Panther 2? And he tells her no. And she's prying him to ask him why. And he eventually says because he dies.
I don't need no metaphors.
Then he dies.
But
I don't know. It keeps coming up.
I think people are using that. But at that time, his character was gone because of Infinity War. So I think he was just playing the role like
they brought him back.
I'm not here anymore. Like, because remember that was the whole concept of Endgame, avenge the fallen.
Mm-hmm.
So he was playing the role.
Yeah.
That's how I took it.
That's some
but of course,
next
it's
level.
yeah.
Like I think about it all the time.
Yeah, that was on some Martin Luther King-ish when he had that speech.
Exactly. I may not be here when y'all get there, but and then you die. It's like
people gonna get to the promised land, but I may not get that with you.
I'm really into that conspiracy.
Yeah, it's almost like he did.
But almost on another note, like that's kind of like how my mom passed out of my life. Like she kept her illness to herself at the very last moment.
Yeah.
So I can really relate to that. Maybe that's why it hit me so hard too, because it was just like, and what was it? What was this?
I feel like it was like possibly leukemia or something.
I wanted
like
to say
that.
cancer.
Cancer related. It definitely was cancer related. I just don't necessarily know the term because it's different forms of cancer.
Look it up, but I don't know.
But it is, and that just goes back to when and there was some warning signs. We just didn't see it.
He was getting mad
because he was getting a lot of. There was a lot of jokes made about how he was looking, and a lot of people was assuming it was for a movie role. Because nobody wanted to believe he was sick. You know what I'm saying? But people,
it was cancer.
Yeah, the internet gonna be the internet. They was making memes and everything. They was saying he looked like 50 Cent.
That's the funny thing that came to my mind.
When he was playing that movie role, they was like, homeboy, method actor, he was doing. They was killing him.
It happens.
They was killing him.
It's jokes and everything, but that's what actors really do in real life. Like, look at the Spider-Man, Tom Holland, who was very lanky for his Spider-Man role, but in his role for Uncharted, playing the video game that's turned into a movie, he beefed up. He got a little show. He got little arms. I see you in there.
He got little arms. And can we segue to that for a second?
Yeah, sure.
When did they get together?
Yo, they've been together for years, ever since they were on Spider-Man.
A few moments later.
They were just on set and just...
Clue.
Girl, well, I got you, girl. Oh, the gossip. We love seeing them out in public.
I like it, I guess.
I love it.
I'm a Zendaya fanatic. So I was a little jealous a little bit. I was
like,
because he's told me, I'm coming to the house, knocking on the door.
You holding his hand everywhere.
I don't appreciate it. You hurt my feelings, baby. You hurt my feelings. But I'll let it slide. That's my boy. I get time of pass.
Yo, they were on
it
that
just
show.
Shocked me. I had no idea.
You know that show where they bring
the
celebrities on lip sync? They were on it together, and
great.
he did Rihanna's in the Rain, so he did a gender bend, and I think she did Erykah Badu, called Tyrone, and I think they were dating even then.
3 hours later.
Back to Black Panther.
I'm fangirling over
this. Back to Black Panther. I don't want to recast it. That's just me. But I can understand the need for it, because a lot of people was arguing the fact, dang, we just got us one. And that ain't about to get rid of them. We need to recast. And I can understand that, but it hurt, dog. It just hurt. And I don't want to see nobody else in the role.
And I don't want to recast either, but I just know I want to see Black Panther again, so I want something to go on that.
And like I said, if you going off of the comic book, as far as I know, he was replaced by his sister, which is what they're doing
for a short time.
Apparently, in this new version, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And there was a rumor that the trailer was dropping. Supposed to be doing a game for Golden State and Boston finals. It was supposed to drop in, but that was a rumor. I was watching. I ain't see no trailer, but apparently, we couldn't find it online. It was a bunch of fan-made stuff that looked good,
real good,
but it wasn't it. So I don't know when the trailer was supposed to be coming or when they're gonna actually. And this movie honestly had a lot of controversy going on because it seemed like there was, besides Chadwick, the filming in general had kept getting postponed or pushed back and this and that because what's his sister's name in real life?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
No. The actress that plays his sister. What's her real name? I think it's Shaturi.
I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, that's always a problem. Pronouncing his name. We sorry, we ain't trying to put you.
Aja Adana Shuri.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah. So apparently she had a lot going on with her, especially during the pandemic time period where she wasn't vaccinated and she had got hurt during filming and went back home to the UK, but she couldn't come back because she wasn't vaccinated because she had her stance for that. You know what I'm saying? So that was postponing things, and then
I did not hear anything.
yeah, it was a lot. But it just seemed like everything that could go on with the filming of this movie was. So I still can't tell you when it's supposed to come out, but they still got it coming. I just don't know when. So besides, like I said, besides all of that, we got that going on. And then, like I said, there's no trailer, so I really and truthfully don't know what direction they're going in. But she's supposed to be taking the head of the Black Panther mantle. And so we gonna see it. And like I said, and that's comic book acting. But I know for a fact the MCU was not doing that.
Yeah, that probably
You know what I'm
wasn't
saying?
at all.
So I just
So
don't
it's not
like,
out so soon.
I just don't like the Hollywood thing. It's just like, well, we gotta do what we gotta do. And I'm like, yeah, you helping other people, and I just want y'all to tell the story right. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do that, don't act like, you know, you just gonna move past the fact that Chadwick was the Black Panther. Okay. So that's my only stance on it.
Well, give us more content. Like, there's an
Yeah, let's
animated
go off
Black.
some.
Did you know there's an animated Black Panther series?
Yeah, that was my introduction.
I think I saw
Yeah.
some of it. I never finished it. I don't think. But
That
like,
was my
make more
introduction.
stuff. We have technology. We can fake his voice. We got holograms
But his voice
now.
is still being used on certain things, like the What
Yeah.
If, that was still him.
Exactly. Like, you can still satisfy your fan base and move on in a way that's healthy for everybody.
For
Even
sure.
though technically for corporate worlds they don't give a fuck about what's healthy for everybody.
And that's
But
the
anyway.
thing, like, I don't want the Hollywood aspect of it all. But I guess now that we've, you know, stood on whether it's appropriate, if they're gonna do it, because I know they're gonna do it, who should recast Black Panther?
Oh, and also tell us whether you guys think it's appropriate or not. Down in the comments.
Yeah, please, because like I said, it's been an ongoing debate for a couple years now.
But who would we choose? It's game time. So I really wasn't happy with anybody that I chose. It's like I was choosing just to choose. Like there was no joy in it. There was
Another black
nothing.
guy.
I was literally just like in my search, just like Black actors, and of course the search that I came up with was they have 43 people on it. Like I'm pretty sure we got more actors than that. Like I'm pretty sure we got more actors than that. Then I did African actors, and they barely could give me anything. So that's my list for today. It's gonna suck.
So
What do you want about your lists?
I don't have a list. That's how adamant I was about nobody taking this man's place. But I can throw a couple people out there, you know, Michael J. White.
You're gonna pick vibes.
Yeah, I mean, what else option do we have?
That's
I
my point. We don't.
What are the options? I feel like, okay, Michael J. White, because of, you know, who he is as an actor.
And I agree.
The
His
karate,
skills.
he's got the body.
He's an actual king
Yes.
in African. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I heard years ago like he found lineage in the motherland, and he's basically living the real life Black Panther life. So I guess
proof, like living proof that it's possible. So I mean, he right off head, but you know, there's debate that he might be too old.
and he's too short for me.
He's probably
Like
short.
how tall is he anyway? Because Chadwick just looks tall.
I never really paid attention to his height.
Chadwick just looks tall, and because he's so bulky and stuff, I feel like he's shorter. You know, he's wide and bulky. He's like a football
He
player.
ain't no small man.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course my dude from Luke, well, I always refer to him as from Luke Cage, Cottonmouth, Marsh?
Oh my lord, his name.
Marshala
Ali.
Marshala Allah Ali.
I think
Praying
that's
to be
good.
saying his name right.
Sorry for the butcher.
He's always somebody that I like to throw in there, but he can't play every damn body.
So they made Chadwick play every
This is
goddamn
true.
body. Like
This is
he
true.
was all of our national heroes
And that was
in the history
comedian.
books.
I think his name was Ryan Davis. He was like, so y'all trying to convince me that Chadwick Boseman looked like all of these historical black men ever. He definitely looked like Jackie Robinson. I don't know how they did this. I don't know how they did that.
Every time I watched it, I was like, that is the yep.
It's just when he just plays the role so well. So we got Marshall. But apparently he's the next Blade, so I don't really think they want to put him into prominent.
It's like, what do you want your Black Panther to look like? And Marshala Ali.
Yeah.
Ali has a very
severe tone. Marshala. Hey, so.
He got a very severe look to him.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like he's done so well in the roles that he usually are in, which is villainous.
Angry.
Savage, savage. Like,
for sure. So
and Black Panther is more like nice. Not nice. He could be some.
Because in Civil War he was
He's savage. He was like, nah, my papa, I'm on this side. But
killed my family. Yeah.
But this Ali is more like mafia, like no like justice, just savagery. Yeah. So that's my only qualm with him.
You got him. Outside of them two, like well-known guys, I can't give you no answers. I feel like they just need to go find somebody that's not very known, so he can have his own image and play the character in a way where we won't be trying to compare him so much to somebody.
Maybe that's why we're struggling to find him in existing actors. One, probably because we don't have enough knowledge on the existing amount of black actors, and neither does Google apparently. And two, because they need to they just need to bring a new and fresh face.
Yeah, I want a new fresh face
into the mix, maybe.
Absolutely. And it don't even have to be somebody, because you know how they be like introducing. It don't even have to be their first role. But somebody that's been acting, I guess, but hasn't been in something so prominent that you can't see them playing Black Panther because you're so focused and stuck on them being, that other person. So
I can see that. Well, I did come up with several other people outside of the list that we already
can help me out
kind of picked. So we already said Michael J. White, Ali. I can't say this man's name, but
what it starts with?
It starts with a D. Digimon Honsu. I can't say
what?
His name.
Digimon.
No, not Digimon. Because Egypt, for Moonlight, Moonlight, segue, sorry. Moonlight that just came out on Disney Plus. They they banned it in Egypt.
Oh, really?
I heard they did, yeah. Something about, because they're talking about the gods. I don't have much information.
Cultural issues.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, he has also been in Marvel stuff because he was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what he would do great. He's also been in Gladiator. That's what I know him prominently in.
But he's also older too.
What's that with Keanu Reeves? John Wick. He's in there too.
Yeah.
He just has obviously a very African look. I think he's so attractive.
Star Lord.
He's tall. He's obviously, he can be funny, he can be severe, he can be anything. So it doesn't matter what he looks like. His acting skill can bring different skills to him. I
don't necessarily know. What did you say he could fight?
He was in Gladiator.
Yeah, I was just saying. I'm hoping he can do the stunts.
He can, maybe. So him
I've been doing this a long time.
And maybe through a perspective of an older Black Panther, not the young Black Panther that we're introduced in the MCU.
And then my question is, with recasting, it's still going down the same storyline, right? It's not like a whole new.
That depends on the director.
Yeah, it's not like a whole
way they
new,
wanna
like
take
we
it.
just gonna scrap everything that was in the first one and have like a whole.
They've done that in movies.
Yeah, because I think that's the other thing. It's gonna be hard to see somebody else continuing the story as somebody else. Because I mean, it worked for Terrence Howard and Don Cheadle.
I'm about to say, do it though. Let me point out Iron Man.
For me, it's kind of hard to watch the first one because it's like,
I think they made the right decision ultimately, though.
Hey, I ain't against it, you know. But listen, Mike, they should have let me in that second one, Mike. You know what I'm saying, Mike? But yeah,
but definitely an older character because they are obviously older. And the next one I have is, of course, Idris Elba because he's Idris Elba and we all love Idris Elba.
A few moments later.
Not taking away from his greatness, but it's just like, I want somebody that's not going to remind me that Chadwick not here.
1 hour later.
The thing that you can hope for is that the pain can fade away. You know, they got to still cry when I think of Steve Irwin or Michael Jackson or all these other people that died that I love with all my hearts. I'm lost.
But ain't nobody replacing him.
Exactly. But who are they saying is replacing him right now? Chris Brown. People are moving the fuck on.
Hey.
I don't agree with it either. I'm just saying.
Later.
I don't.
Do you kind of feel better that they're still? Oh my God! How could you?
Bruno don't
You,
make me.
who is the very embodiment of the inspiration of Michael Jackson. What if you just never danced?
Nobody made me. No.
Because
2,000 years later.
I might not be in the flesh, but I was in my mom's album or something.
you're even dad's nuts.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Pause. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Resume.
And sorry.
Wait a minute. Just make me forget that Chadwick's gone.
Oh my
For
God.
those 2 hours. That's all.
And probably on an ending note, how would we feel about? I think we already talked about just remaking something that's Black Panther-esque, but not necessarily involving him. But like the sister is a good idea.
Yeah,
I think.
definitely keeping that storyline going. And like
Make her into Black Panther.
And I mean, I feel like that's what they're doing. But then, what's the next step? Is she gonna stay Black Panther?
I think they should follow the content of the comic books. That's what fans usually like. Not if they didn't do that in the comics. Don't do that.
But remember, MCU also has its own storyline too.
Yeah, fuck them. I hate it when they do that.
They provided us greatness for years.
Yes, it's very
I'm
good.
just saying, I don't think they
But as someone
base it
who
all off of
reads,
everything in the comic books. I don't think they can.
why not?
Because it wouldn't, I guess it wouldn't flow.
It wouldn't be.
Because you know the comic book changed
You're right.
in 16 seconds.
No, you're right. They couldn't because that technically comic books were made in a different era and they would need to be updated. And also, like, it was very dark and they couldn't make children Disney pleasant content. They would have to definitely because it's dark.
For war veterans and they want tits.
It's trauma. A lot of dark stuff in
It's
comic
almost porn. But yeah, and I think, like I said, it just flows better with the directions that they're going. So yeah.
Well, that was our little rant on something that's probably been beaten like a dead horse for years now.
Just make me forget. All I'm asking. But definitely, give me your song of the day, baby girl. Because this is what, like I said, we just shouting out our favorite song currently that we listen to for no reason, just because it's great.
Okay, so the song that I choose is called Bloom. I'm trying to look up who it is from right now. It's from someone named Ronnie.
Resilient little thing, just like mama made you. No one needs to save you. Wildflower in the spring.
But yeah, Bloom is a song that I've just been listening to. I really love the lyrics. It's very empowering, very like female girl power or whatever type of power. You know, it doesn't have to be essentially feminine based, but I feel like it's very NubianBadd goddess-esque, which is everything I'm about. So it empowers me. It literally gives me power. I listen to it before I go to work. Literally.
My song of the day is called Subway Art by the artist named Tish Hyman. I have no background.
There is life in New York.
Yeah.
Tish Hyman, y'all go
That
check
was
that
dope.
out. Subway art. I feel like it just speaks to the time. It just, it's the type of music I love, where it just speaks from the heart. And not only is she giving us vocals, but she starts spitting on that junk like a Lauryn Hill type of
We
stuff.
love a spitter.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, ma'am. Tish Hyman was on that more, and all that also segues into making sure that you also watch our other content, Be Reacts, where we'll be looking at like death battle and
Any type of fighting type of
fighting
sequences.
sequences,
Anything that's interesting,
Shows
really.
that
We'll
we
do
love.
5-minute crafts if you want us to.
whatever. But BB's gonna react to the only way we know